is so cool. 1968 Ford F250, and it is amazing truck. It's, as you can see, it's in Rangoon red, Wimbledon white. Those are the colors of it, and this truck is just killer. So we're going to do a walk around today. I'm going to start from the front, go to the back, show you a little bit about this truck. And this truck I fell in love with from the very first time that I saw it, and I have no doubt that you are too. So let's take a look at the outside, see what we got. So 1968 F250, as I said, it's in Rangoon red and Wimbledon white. It has been resprayed at one point, not sure when, and you'll see that the paint is not perfect on the truck. It's in pretty good condition, but there are some flaws in the paint. But this truck has so many amazing features. So we'll just start up here at the front. You can see the hood is in nice condition. You can see some of the paint flaws. There's some little imperfections here along the front of it, and you've got a little bit of breakage in this light here. The grille is in pretty good shape as well. It definitely has some checking on it. And then on the bumper, you've got some paint flaws. You can see a little surface rust. You can see some of those kinds of things. I'm not going to point out all of the imperfections in the paint, but one amazing feature, original license plates for this truck, which is just a great addition. So just gives this thing such a classic look. So coming down the side, you can see it's nice and straight all the way down the side, and we've got F250 emblem. The wheels and tires, so it's got the split rims on it. That's something that could be easily changed if you don't like that. I mean, that's kind of a style choice. If you don't like that, you could definitely swap that out. And then you can see the tires are the 7.5 16 LT tires, and these are meaty tires. You can see from the picture that they're just like good farm truck looking. And then you can see some of the imperfections in the paint. The bottoms look pretty good. There's a little bit of rust bubbling right here at the rear of the driver's door. Little bit of paint fade along. Looks pretty good. A little bit of cracking around the gas cap here. This thing does have dual gas tanks. Both work. Coming down the side, looks pretty good and straight still. This is the back tire. It's got the split rims and the original hubcaps all the way around it. And then we're showing you the size of the tire again so that you can get a good look at that. And then a little bit of paint cracking here, a little bit of imperfection along. So you can see, you know, that it's got a couple things. One of my favorite things about this truck is, one, the white with the red, and the top looks in really good condition. It's got this spray-in bed liner, which is super practical. It's nice so that you can actually use it. It's got these hooks in it and they lift up. So I considered whether we should take those off. I don't think it takes away anything from the truck, and this is a truck you can use. I drove it. We picked it up about an hour and a half from our house, and I drove it home, no problem. This thing cruises. It just cruises. I had such a great trip home. We were on the coast, and so we drove all the way home, had a great trip. It drives like a dream, and it's a 4-speed manual. Forgot to say that too in the beginning. And then coming around to the back tailgate, same thing. You can see some of the paint imperfections along. It's got those white Ford, just classic letters, so those are nice. Here's the light. You can get a good look there at the paint. The back bumper is in pretty good condition as well. Original license plate again, and then it does have trailer hookup, and it does have the wiring harness underneath. Coming around to this side, the paint's in similar condition along this. The bottoms look really clean. The side, you can see just a couple of those imperfections. Looks good along this side. There's not that little rust bubbling that you've got. You've got a little bit right here of rust bubbles, a little bit right here. And then there's a little ding right here in the door and a little bit of paint cracking along the front fender. This is where the antenna was. There's a little bit of paint cracking there. The top looks really good. Inside, I forgot what these are called. Inside the gutter, I'm learning. It's in pretty good condition. There's a little bit of surface rust in there. And it is raining right now. The rain, of course, decided to come down as we're videoing. So it's got the windshield wipers on it. The cowl looks good. You've got a little bit of windshield wear, I guess you would call it. I don't know, what would you call that? It's a little bit cloudy along the bottom, but it's not too bad. And the windshield has just a couple of chips in it, but it's nothing that's spreading or anything like that. And then we're back to the front of this amazing truck. And the funny story about this truck too is that when I saw it and I wanted to look at it because I fell in love with the pictures of it, I told Jason, I called him, we were done working for the day. I called him and I said, hey, we need to go look at this truck. And he was literally at the hardware store with about 20 pipes. We're watering some trees at our house, and so he had to talk to me on the phone while in the middle of trying to do something for our house, and I was like, we gotta go. So go ahead and start it up. Listen to the rev. And this engine, it originally had the 300 in it, and the previous owners dropped to 360, so you'll see that in the video. It was originally a 4-speed manual. Go ahead and turn on marker lights, headlights, blinkers. There's left, there's right, and let's go around to the back. Hello, Mr. Denwerks.
Hello.
He's my driver today. Okay, in the back, we've got brake lights. Got those. We've got blinkers, right and left, and reverse. Oh, yep, there's the reverse lights. It just took a second to get those in. So those work great. Hey, it's Leslie, Mrs. Denwerks, and I'm here with Mr. Stanley to show you the documentation that comes with the 1968 F250 truck. And it's got a nice packet that comes with it, so we'll just take a look and you can see what you're getting. So 3-volume shop manual for the 1968 trucks. You've got the illustrated facts and feature manual, paint chip, Ford pickup brochure, and this has for the whole F series for 1968, deluxe Marty report, and that's got all of your specs on it, wiring diagram manual. There's another Ford truck brochure from 1968, and then the owner's manual. And this is kind of cool because this owner's manual actually has the VIN number in it from the truck. So that's a nice feature to have with it, that this has been the actual manual that's been with it through the years. And this truck was originally bought in Oregon, McMinnville, at Gilbert Tilbury Company. And McMinnville is just about 15 minutes from where we live. So that's kind of a fun fact that it's been an Oregon car all these years. And then We have clean Oregon title. And I want to show you real quick that the VIN and the door tag match too. So if you take a look here, you've got the VIN number and then the VIN number on the title. So there you go. It's a nice packet, and thanks for taking a look at this amazing truck. Hey, it's Leslie again, and we're going to look at the interior of the F250. This interior is awesome because it's original. So original interior inside. The driver's side seat looks great. We'll go around and look at that. You can see a little bit of wear and a couple of cracks on the driver's side. I love that it's original though. I just think that it adds so much to it. And then back here, gas tank. This gas tank was replaced in about the last year or so. It was before we owned it, but it does have dual gas tanks and both work. You've got your gas tank control right here next to the seat. So that's a great feature. And then within this truck, it's pretty simple features. You've got your lights here, key. This is a gas tank switch, but like I said, it's down by the seat. You've got your brake release, your wipers. You've got this light, which does work. So it works the cargo light in the back, which is great, and it's just a fun add. Your choke, and then you have your lighter over here. I don't think that works. And this I love, factory deleted radio, and then heat. And the heat does work in this truck as well. 4-speed manual. And tell me if you have ever driven a truck, especially from the 60s, that is just in the perfect condition. You just rest your hand there while you're driving and it just cruises down the road. Blinkers here, steering wheel, and then we've got we have this cover on the dash. There is one, the center of the dash has a crack that's been repaired, and the speaker is a little bit worn out, so it's got a little bit of wear under there. The dash pad of course covers that up, and then we'll take a look at the other side. There's a little bit of wear on there. And then take a look at the headliner. It's just in great condition, and you've got that Rangoon red all throughout the interior. I love that it has the red on the doors as well, and some of this paint is original. The doors look pretty good. They're a little bit dirty, you know, and you've got just some imperfections here, but no major rust issues or anything like that. So it's in pretty good shape, and it is. You've got your door tag here, so door tags on it, and then your Ford Motor Company sticker. So in really good shape overall. So I'm going to go around to the other side. And we'll peek in over here. So as you can see, in great shape in here too. Has floor mats. The floors are in pretty good shape. You've got, there's a little split right here in the floor liner. Underneath here looks in pretty good shape as well. And glove box. There you go, nice and clean. And then it's got a little faded, it's got a little wear right here on the dash as well. So you've got that. And take a look again back here behind the seat, looks good. And then we'll look at this door. It's in really similar condition to the other door. You've got your red. There's a little bit of paint chipping on the door. I don't think it, you know, overtakes the look or anything. The sills of the door, what do you call that?
Got her, now you got me stumped. Oh boy.
Yeah.
We know.
We'll call it the
inner door jam.
The inner door jam. That's it. That's what happens at 5 o'clock on a Tuesday. They look pretty good. You know, a little bit of kind of old stuff in there, but there's no big rust issues or anything like that. So the inner door jams look pretty good. And that's what they're called. It looks in pretty good condition. The window's in great condition. A little bit of cracking around on the rubber around that window, but overall it's pretty nice shape. And one additional thing before we go take this thing on a drive and look under the hood, I have to mention, because I think this makes the truck, and I didn't mention it, these mirrors. These are aftermarket mirrors, but I love this because I just think it sets off the truck with the re-true mirrors, and then it just has that meaty farm truck look, and it drives just like that. So let's take a look at some more stuff and we'll show you what it's all about. Hey, it's Mrs. Denwerks. I'm back with the 68 F250. We're going to go under the hood in a minute. You might have seen some of Jason's cars on Bring a Trailer. His username is Denwerks, and he's been around for quite a bit, and I'm just starting out, so you'll see at least 6. I have 6 rigs to sell on Bring a Trailer, and they're all pretty different ones that are coming up. So this one is my second one, and we also have a podcast called No Reserve that we do together. So we talk about how we're doing life out here in Oregon. So take a listen to that if you want to. And then we also are on Instagram quite a bit, so you can find us at Denwerks Vintage Cars. And as you can see, it's starting to rain. It's Oregon. So I think the last time I videoed it was 90 degrees. So let's take a look under the hood. You've got your hood latch right underneath. It's kind of right to the left of the, I shouldn't say right to the left. It's to the left of the art, and you just pull back and lift up. Super easy. Love 1968. They made things easy. So let's take a look around the outside first and under the hood. You can see that the aprons look good. There's no evidence of wrecks or damage, anything like that. The front radiator support, same thing. It's in great condition. You can see it's nice and clean. Along the other apron, and then the cowl looks great. And then up underneath the hood, you've got a little bit of surface rust all the way across. It's got the original paint, and you've got a little bit along the sides too, but no evidence of wrecks or damage, anything like that. Just a good solid truck. And down this side, same thing. And then the exciting part, this was originally a 300 motor, and they dropped a period correct 360 motor in it just recently, I believe within about the last year or so. And this truck sounds great, runs great. Like I said, it is just an amazing running machine. Newish radiator within about the last year. It's got new master cylinder, and then new wheel cylinders, and then new bearings in the front brakes, and the brakes work amazing. And then the other thing too that was done in the last year before we owned it was a new clutch. They dropped a new clutch in it, and then we put a water bottle in it. The previous one was kind of broken and messed up. It's not hooked up, so it doesn't work, the window washers, but that is in there. And on the truck comes with a Marty report, and you can see that this truck originally came with the heavy duty alternator and the heavy duty springs, and we confirmed that. You'll see when we go underneath the truck that we put on new shocks, and they needed to be the larger size than the 250 because we needed the heavy duty because of the heavy duty springs in it. So we're gonna have Jason start this baby up so we can hear it purr. When it's cold, got to pump it a couple times, but it starts great. I mean, it purrs. Lots of power. Just nice and solid. So we're going to show you some more things and have a little fun in this truck. Hey, it's Leslie with Denwerks, also known on Bring a Trailer as Mrs. Denwerks, and I have Jason behind the camera today. And we're going to take a look under this 1968 Ford F250. And you're going to see it's pretty original underneath, and we're going to start at the front, work our way back, and show you some things about it. So this truck has a lot of really good features to it. So first of all, we put new shocks front and back, and they're Monroe Gas Magnum shocks, so you'll see those front and back. We also put a new master cylinder and new brake cylinders, and then we also flushed the brake fluid in it as well, so that'll be good to go. If we start taking a look up in here, we detailed the motor, we put new engine oil in it. I'm forgetting the name.
New filter.
New
oil
filter. New oil filter. And you'll see this date a couple of places. Whenever we do work, we put the date on it, so that way you've got a record of when it was done. So that was just done. And then if we start looking under at the floors, so behind the headlights, the floors of the truck, you can see there's no holes, no rust, no damage from accidents, anything like that. So that all looks really, really good. Coming over to this side, looks in great condition. And then same thing on this side. you can see there's no holes, no damage. The bushings look really, really good on the body mounts. So you can see that here, and then I'll show you on the other side as well. There's the other bushing, looks in great condition. And you'll notice as we're going under this truck too, you can see the original primer color, which is great. I mean, it just points to the originality of the truck
It
overall.
actually matches the color of your pants.
It does, minus the dirt spots on my knees, but yes, it does. And then working our way back, we'll take a look here at the transmission. So you can see it's got the original, I want to call it an emblem.
A tag.
A tag, thank you. And then we put new gear oil in it. So that's done. And it's a 4-speed manual, as you know, from the auction as well. And then here you can see that the bushing looks really good on this side as well on the body mount. And these look good too. There's some minor cracking here, but pretty original and in pretty good shape for its age. The floors.
See, I'm exactly right. Look at the
good.
color.
Yeah.
Look.
Pink, pink. Used to be red. These were always, my pants were always pink, but what can you say? Yeah, so you can see the original primer here. I mean, the floors are really in good condition. The rockers and the inner rockers as well. There's no holes, no rust bubbles. You can see the same thing on the inner rockers. The drains are clear up here. So that's good. The exhaust was replaced by the previous owner, so that's in really good condition as well. And then looking at I always forget what this is called.
Carrier bearing.
The carrier bearing, thank you. The U-joints, the rear end isn't sloppy. It sounds really good. So that's, and then over on this side, the floors as well, you can see they're in good shape. No holes, no damage. You've got the rockers, the inner rockers as well. And then you've got your gas tank up above, and then here's your gas lines. So those are in great shape as well. And remember, it's 2 gas tanks. And then we've got the back of the bed. So this is in really good condition. The drains are clean here too. You'll see on our outside walk around, there's a couple of rust bubbles on this side at the bottom, and you'll see those more in detail, but you can see those don't carry through. It's on the outside. And then on this side, the back of the bed as well, in great shape. You can see that original color. The bed itself looks good. It's got that spray and bed liner, and sometimes that's used to cover up damage and stuff like that, but here it's not the case. You've got your basic surface rust, but it's in very good condition. So, and then we've got our shocks again. You can see more of the bed condition, and then spare tire, of course. The back of the bed, no rust, just some general junk in there, surface rust kind of stuff. There you go. And then it's got a wiring harness for trailer hitch on the back as well. So that's kind of a cool feature. Everything looks good up in here as well. So that is how the 68 F250 looks underneath, and stick with me and then we'll show you around the rest of the truck.